Hey guys, good morning. Today we are going to do a walkthrough of the back garden. I might take you around the front quickly, but it's just so trafficy and my neighbors are out there and I don't want them looking at me. So yeah, anyways, I have been slacking on posting videos. This has just been a very different kind of year for us, for our family, for me, for all of us who live here. And it's navigating all of the stuff that has happened, good and bad. It has just been taking a toll. And then I've had lots of frustrations with my equipment. So like my tripod was breaking and I was trying to just limp it along, and then it finally just split in half, and my editing program kind of crapped out on me, and at that point I was just like, forget it. Like I did not have the energy to just keep fussing with this stuff. So I just took a little break and focused on other things. My kids are home this summer, so it's been a lot. We've had everybody's home, and then I had one graduate from high school, and then both of my teens are driving, like completely driving on their own. They were all both like, so there's a lot of like, as a parent, it can be a lot when you've got all this stuff going on and you just worry, every time they go out on the road, you just worry. So anyways, there's just been a lot of different things, but all within the first like half of the year. So yeah, I kind of slowed down a lot, and I think it was necessary. But school starts soon, so I'll have more of that free time during the day to really do some more things, and to just like be able to just process and get back to being able to produce more YouTube and content, which is what I wanted. It's what I want and what I like to do. It is a creative outlet for me. So yeah, I just told you more than you probably want to know. But anyways, we are going to do a tour of the backyard, possibly some front yard. Actually, I'll just walk you to the front right now, and then we'll just go around the back way to the house, to the back of the house. But yes. All right, let's get started. All right, so let's start right here at the side. First of all, these are new and they are gorgeous, and I need to get them planted before they stay in the pot all summer. They're Palminaria Raspberry Frost. Look how gorgeous. Look at that. I just have to find a good spot for them. They're beautiful. Does anyone else have leaves falling already? Because like I have so many leaves here already, and it's like the first week or second week of August. Like it doesn't make sense. But anyways, so I have, these are my heuchera. These are 1-year-old heucheras that I grew from seed, and they are doing really good. Underneath the leaf fall, can see them. They get morning east facing light, and they're doing pretty good despite my neglect. I've got some heuchera and hydrangeas, begonias, what else is here? Snapdragons. So typically, in the past I have not really planted annuals out here, but I did this year. I really wanted to have something to look at out front, so I planted some annuals and they look pretty good. My goal for this bed was to have lots of hydrangeas blooming, looking beautiful, and my hydrangeas are not blooming as prettily. Prettily, is that a word? So we've got this one here that's blooming, and then some of the proven winners hydrangeas are blooming, but my endless summer hydrangeas, which are bigger and in the back, are not blooming very well, so don't know. So that's this bed. Now let me show you my canna pots out here. They are so beautiful. I planted these on screen with you guys, and they are gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? They are so tall. They're at least 6 foot plus. I gotta get this off of here, come and cut that out, but it's gorgeous. This bed is still a work in progress. Trying to take out the things I don't want and then put in the things I do. I know I want a lot of hydrangeas in this bed. I need some that can reliably bloom in a shadier environment, which, you know, I thought these guys would do that, but they're not very happy. And then these right here are proven winners. I think this is Mini Mauvette. Gorgeous. My clearance heuchera I planted here, and I love these colors because they will transition into fall really well. Right here, so gorgeous. I see some more of my annuals. My porch, my stairs look terrible. I need to come through. I will come through and redo these once I get my mums and like some fall-y plants going. I'll come and redo those. Got these 2 containers. This bed right here, planted this with annuals, and I actually, you see the darker area there, that is my like, what do they call it, black gold, or my from the chicken coop, composted materials. Here's the stairs, looking awful. I'll redo this and I'll show you guys what it looks like later on. Here's a beautiful Pegasus begonia. This is from Proven Winners. I'm going to try to propagate that. I've been watching the Martha Stewart show on Roku, and like just her going through her garden and like just doing all kinds of stuff, and she inspired me to try and propagate some begonias, so I'm going to do that. I've propagated begonias before, but I'm gonna try it her way in a tray with just soil, and then cover it with plastic and see how that goes. But I'm gonna grab like leaf cuttings from like here and here, you know, the different begonias I have in my garden, and then see how those go. Here is, don't mind that guy out there in the orange shirt, he's working on their house. Here's my arbor, looks gorgeous. I planted this Artemisia here. My poor hellebore got replanted here, and he looks so sad. He's just thirsty. He's not dead, he's just thirsty. Got heuchera here, another hellebore. I moved these out here just because I think they'll be really beautiful in front of our dining room little carve out here. But yeah. I have a second arbor that I need to get put up, but I will later on. We were supposed to have the electric company, or one of them, was supposed to come out and prune this pine tree that we have, and it's right where I was going to put this arbor up, so I was kind of waiting for them to come. They haven't come yet. It's August, so we'll see. Here's another hydrangea that is not blooming. I think it's just too shady over here. I do love the foliage, but yeah. Here is a panicle hydrangea, and this is what they look like when they don't get enough sun. So yeah, and the reason they don't get enough sun is because there is a Rose of Sharon hedge right here. And then this, let me show you this tree back here. This is like, what I could figure out is like a redwood variety. So it's super thick and super tall, like gorgeous and giant. And I actually have a, what do you call it, a sapling or a seedling that I, dug up from out of the yard, and I have it in a pot and it's growing, and I want to give it away. Like, that's my goal. Let me turn this off. Turn off. That's another issue we have this year, is our hose bibs are leaking. The drip irrigation is not working properly, so I have been having to do a lot of hand watering, which, it's nice, but I would rather my drip irrigation work. So here's my hosta troughs, and they go along this, and they're so pretty. This is the side yard. We've got more hostas over here. I didn't do any planting in here this year. Hydrangea. This guy, incredible. He has been really good at being sturdy and holding up his stems, but it looks like he's kind of had it. My other incredible up there flopped, and I staked that one up. It doesn't look great, but it's up off the ground. So here is this pathway. Gorgeous. My goal was to have hydrangeas, like, not flopping, but like growing on both sides. So you have this big hedge on either side, just being so beautiful, and we're kind of there. So let's head down. On this side we have endless summer hydrangeas, and again we got kind of mixed blooming, not blooming so much here, blooming there in the middle. Again, the incredible. We've got some of the Japanese forest grass, which I love. I'm gonna have to move those though, because they're kind of crowded out. And then I also have another one here. It's not as big as the other. I planted them at the same time, but look at those gorgeous hydrangeas. It rained last night, so everything looks extra pretty. Okay, so this is a hydrangea here. Let me see if I left the tag. So I'm not quite sure which one it is. It's not blooming. Yeah, where's the tag? It's not there. I have to look in the house or go through some other videos, but hydrangea, peony. This is my clematis that blooms so beautifully this year. This is a hydrangea. This one is, I'll put the name on the screen. It bloomed early, and it just kind of looks like this right now. I wonder if it's a watering issue, because usually hydrangeas hold their bloom. I'm not sure as far with the lace cap hydrangeas. This is like my first lace cap, so I'm not sure. There's a hydrangea back there. We've got Nico Blue here, who has never bloomed for me. Actually, I think he bloomed one bloom last year for me. Some hydrangeas that are sunburnt. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Had some poppy seeds thrown in here, and they bloomed really pretty. I can't wait to collect the seeds from these pods. You'll know they're ready when this top part opens up. Oh, this one is actually ready, look. Can you see that? Let's see if I can make it. There. And then you'll hear a little shake if it's ready. Let me listen. Yeah, so this one is actually ready, so I'll come and get this today. My little one likes to help collect those, so I'll come and get that later. I've been really bad about weeding this year. I've got lots of weeds here, just everywhere. I've just kind of been letting that part of gardening go. I weed when I have the time or the energy to, and you know, not worry about it when I'm not doing it. Here is my beautiful snow sickle hydrangea that I've been allowed to have blooms on thanks to the deer. Leaving it alone. It's gorgeous. Everything's weighted down because of the rain last night. My climbing rose is doing so much better. It's looking so good. We've got some tall stems here. I've got to get my clips and clip it to this arbor. Got some tiny roses down there. I just love the new rose foliage. It's so gorgeous. It's about to get really bright on the camera. So here we've got some hibiscus, hydrangea. This is limelight. And I actually have hydrangeas going all down this bed. And they are pinky winky. I think they're mostly pinky winky, and then there's a few others that I can list. I don't remember them right now. I bought them several years ago and haven't really like put any tags out or tried to remember. Got my begonias going down here. I think next year we'll definitely be redoing these begonias, and I really like this one, dark one with the red blooms, but I think I'm gonna go for more of the light begonias with the pink blooms, maybe. But the contrast here is so good because the lighter begonias are more colored like the grass, so they can kind of get washed out. So yeah, look at this. This is a potted hydrangea, and it is doing really well. I'll put the name of this one on the screen. It has not yet changed colors. Some of my other hydrangeas have started to darken and turn that pinky red color. I'm going to show you down this way, but we're going to head a different direction. So here are my tropical containers that have my canna lilies and elephant ear, colas, some petunias. But what I've learned these past 2 years of this display is don't plant anything with the cannas. Like, don't plant anything, because the cannas need all of the space, and they will suck up all of the nutrition from the soil, and they will suck up all of the water. So it's really difficult unless you have them on drip to keep the extra plants in the pot happy, because they're not totally happy right now. Some of them are struggling, they're not getting enough light, you know, that whole deal. So here are my 2 large raised beds. They're gorgeous. I have my cattle panel that has cucumbers growing over it. It's looking so beautiful this year. And then we've got nasturtiums trailing out of this bed. And I also have my fall seeds here that I planted. Now these I planted through partnership with Park Seed, and they're doing fabulous. Everything looks really good in this bed. Back it up. We've got some roses, colas, vines. I've got this What is this plant? It bloomed early summer, or early spring actually, this here. And it was pink blooms, and it did so well. It was actually a stick in a bag plant that I got from Aldi's. I'll put the name on the screen of what type of plant it is, because I don't remember at this second. But look how beautiful this vine is. So pretty. Look at the leaves. Gorgeous. And here are the other begonias that I was telling you with the lighter foliage and the pink blooms. The contrast between this and the other green foliage is kind of minimal, you know, and I do love the contrast here where you really see this is a pop of color, whereas this kind of blends in. You get the pink blooms, but it more so the plant blends in with the background, and then it also, you know, blends in with the grass. Ooh, it's blooming. Look at those cute little blooms. Gorgeous. I think this vine actually is called the Cardinal Climber. My hydrangea. This right here is limelight as well. So I had limelight there and limelight down there, and this limelight is literally spread out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna prune it this year. I think I like it wild, but also think like if I gave it like a decent pruning, it would grow more upwards as opposed to just out everywhere. Here's a Oh So Easy rose. It's gorgeous. And then I have a hydrangea here. I think this might be Pinky Winky because it's starting to turn. But I have a lot of different hydrangeas in this bed. Some are like even farther back another layer. This hydrangea is gorgeous. This is an endless summer hydrangea. It's been in my garden for about 2 years. Not a great bloomer either. This peony is starting to get powdery mildew, so I'll probably be cutting that back soon. Gorgeous. Get my oak leaf back there. It's not blooming, but it's so beautiful. I love the foliage of that. And then here's this bed. Got my Darmera peltata looking gorgeous. Brunnera, gorgeous. Trying not to show my neighbor's house. They're probably watching me right now, but I don't care. Another Darmera. I'm gonna tell you guys, whenever, if ever, I get my farm or my piece of land bigger than this, if ever, I'm going to have a pond that has the Darmera peltata growing next to it because they love moisture, and I'm going to have, if I can get it to grow, Gunnera. And so we have potatoes trailing over, which look really gorgeous. Hopefully they'll be ready soon, but this is my first time actually like attempting to do potatoes right, so I'm waiting for the foliage to die back, then I'll harvest the potatoes. But this bed is doing really well. I just topped my tomatoes that are in the back here and waiting for those to ripen up. There's a cucumber in here as well, and marigolds, which are stunning. My nasturtium is bursting out of this bed back here, and they are gorgeous. Usually I grow the Alaska dwarf, and I did, but not as much as some of the solid green varieties. My lemon tree just got repotted, so I'm hoping to get some lemons on this at some point, but it was struggling, and when I pulled it out of the pot it was very much root bound, so hopefully this new potting situation will make it happy. So let's back up, and here is that space. Got another potted hydrangea right here. This one is more of a mystery. I bought it with no tag and I potted it, and it's gorgeous. My Super Tunia Vista bubblegum here looks pretty awful. I think it is a watering issue and probably a space issue as well. So let's turn this way and head up the hill. This is my raised bed garden. I won't go through every plant here, but everything's doing pretty good. My kale is back from the cabbage moth disaster. I'm still working on cleaning up this edge line and pulling the weeds. It kind of got away from me. I edged it and then like that was it, and so the weeds started to come back and take over. The space looks really, really good right now. August is a good month in the garden. Here's my cut flower space. It's looking amazing. We still haven't finished putting the rest of the fence up. I don't know why, we just haven't done it yet. This is an artichoke that I started early this year, probably like January or February, most likely January, because they need a long growing season. Still haven't seen an artichoke on it, but it's beautiful. The foliage is beautiful. We've got some powdery mildew down here on some of the squash. This is, I believe, I planted pumpkins and patty pans, so I'm not sure whose vine this is, but it's covered in powdery mildew. And then it goes up this way. I know there are patty pans in here because I've already harvested some. I will eventually clean this vine out of here. It's kind of tackling some of the other plants, so I just wanted to get a little bit of fruit off of it if possible. Chickens are fussing because I'm out here and I'm not giving them anything. They're so spoiled. Every time we come outside, they expect snacks because we usually give them snacks. This bed here is doing pretty good. My banana's doing good. Back there, getting all big. My hardy elephant ear is looking really good too. This hydrangea here, I believe this is a Better Homes and Gardens hydrangea, and last year it didn't bloom a ton. This year it seems to be giving me a little something, but again, like if stuff's starting to not perform after 2 years, I'm probably going to move it someplace else, give it away, or just take it out completely. My climbing hydrangea up here, this bloomed like a little bit the second year, but I haven't seen any blooms on it since, and this is like year 3, so we'll see. Or it's working on year 3. My Ligularia is in bloom right now. Very pretty. I've got a small elephant ear down there that I waited a very long time to plant, so it's going to take a while to acclimate and get some really big leaves on it, or get big at all. We'll see. It's my fault. It took a while for that one to start because I bought it late in the season. Took forever to wake up. And then I kind of kept it potted for way too long before I found a spot that I wanted it to go in. So it's kind of stunted right now. Let's check out this view. It's my favorite view. All of these views, I love them, especially when you get down at a certain angle in your garden and look at things a different way, from a different angle. You can find beauty all over the place. But let's head up here, and at the top of the cut flower space, I'm trying to make a path this way. I want this to be down here. It's much more shadier, so I want it to be a nice shady garden over here, shady plants, and then have a space to walk through that way and cut in front of the chicken coop. But let's just take a look-see. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this August walkabout. Let me know if you have any questions about anything in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!